that airplane got people inside, either going to work, going for a vacation, or going somewhere. And I told the guys we were like, who do you think is in that airplane? And they said, hizo ni ng'ombe za Nyayo. I told them, you know what? One day, I'll get into that airplane and I'll see whether it is true, ni ng'ombe. And after a few months, I got my green card. When we were going through Heathrow to US, I wanted to use the bathroom. So there was a white guy there, and I said, hey, please, can you help me to open the door? And he asked me, is it the first time? I said, yes. So he helped me. He was very kind. So getting in was easy, but coming out was like, my friend, milking an elephant sitting on a porcupine. My friend.
My guest today might not be a new face or voice. You might have heard about him somehow. When he told his friends that he would one day board a plane to America, they laughed him off. And after all, he was just like them, a struggling teenager with no education, helping his single mom to make a living by selling charcoal. And anyway, no one in his village had ever gone abroad. But Jeremy Damaris knew he would put an end to all these myths. Hello and welcome to Diaspora Life. My name is Pasil Telewa. It's a pleasure meeting you, Jeremy.
Thank you.
So perhaps before we talk about your CEO job, I want to understand who is Jeremy before they went or they came to US.
Okay, Jeremy actually was born in Kiambu, a place or a village called Ngegu. And that's where I schooled from primary school and later on joined Kiambu Township Secondary School. Actually is in Kiambu Town and was started by the ACK Church Cathedral in Kiambu.
Do you think what you went through high school could have played a role in who you are right now?
Definitely, I would say yes. And because if well, I remember Mr. Mirore came and told me one day, hey, Muredi, you know those big men, those big people you see around, they went through what you're going through, but today they are big people. Actually, he gave me an example with Ndigi Mwana Nzeki. He said, you see, if you read the story of Ndigi Mwana Nzeki, he was raised in a very poor family, but later on now he was a Catholic priest, a senior priest. So he said, you know what? Even you one day, you'll become someone. And that is when my eyes opened and I felt like, yeah, now my mom brought me to high school because I'm the only hope. So I have to do what it takes to become the best and also, you know, get her out of the coffee plantation. Because if I fail her, then definitely I'll join her back to the coffee plantation.
Amazing. I want to know now about you finishing your Form 4. Yeah.
Yeah, so when I was done with my KCSE, actually, I did very well, but I was not able to go to university or maybe to the college. I remember I went back to Geshagi and started selling samosas. Immediately after high school, that's when I started, you know those young men you see along the road selling chapatis and samosa? That is where I started.
You know how to cook samosas?
Oh my good Lord, if I give you 2, 3...
You should cook for me before
you better visit. You better come.
Yeah.
You know, I was very good in it. But let alone, you know, like business. Sometimes you are high, sometimes you are down. My business went down, so, and I had to move from that and go to Kiambu. I was employed to sell some sodas, pull the mkokoteni. People from Kiambu knows me very well. I used to pull that mkokoteni with 20 crates. We used to go through a lot of challenges selling those sodas. If you drop one soda, you have to pay for a whole crate. So I had a lot of losses, and one day I said, no, I'm done with this. I have to go back to where we belong. The coffee plantation. I went back. When I was hired to be a watchman. So me, my mom, my aunts, we were all there. Now the challenge was everybody there knew me. I was the only one who had gone to high school. So they'll be like, why did you go to high school?
You're just like us.
Exactly. My good Lord, that one day I was sleeping under a coffee, that coffee tree. It was around 3 a.m. It was raining. So I saw an airplane passing by and I was like, that airplane got people inside, either going to work, going for a vacation, or going somewhere. And I told the guys we were like, hey, you know what? One day, I asked them, who do you think is in that airplane? And they said, hizo ni ng'ombe za Nyayo. You see, people in conversation, they
are consoling themselves.
Exactly. Wananiambia hiyo sio watu wamebeba, hizo ni ng'ombe za Nyayo zinatolewa huko Rift Valley zinapelekwa Nairobi. I was like, no. I told them, you know what? One day, I'll get into that airplane and I'll see whether it is true, ni ng'ombe.
Sawa, sawa. So nice to hear about your motivation.
Yes.
Yeah, how did the business go? Because I want to know of where it got to you to step in that aeroplane.
Now, let me tell you, in 2012, December, selling my samosas, I got a call from one of my friends. We were actually coming to campaigns the season in 2013. And he said, hey, Jeremy, you know, I used to be a very good guy around the area. I used to talk a lot to people, entertain. And he said, I saw you can MC. I said, yeah, I can do MC. And he said, okay, let's meet tomorrow at Blue Post Hotel.
Thika Road.
Thika Road.
Yes.
Oh my God, I was like, yeah, I can go there. And let me tell you, surprisingly, when I got into that hotel, I found all senior people I have been saying on TVs. And the guy came to me. He's a senior media personality. His name is Njogu Joroga, if I can mention him. And he told me, we have this train, call it train, for campaign for Uhuru, and it's going to around the caravan, going around the Rift Valley and Kiambu and, you know, Central region. And we want you to be the MC. And I was like, me? You know, I'm selling samosa there, and like, I'm here again, being an MC. Okay, I asked him, how much are you paying? You know what? He showed me something that they were paying me. You know how much?
How much was it?
Oh my God.
Your life changed.
50,000.
Oh my gosh.
A day.
Wow. Money that you are making for how long?
I don't know. I've never seen that money the whole of my life. 50,000. My friend, I was making 100 shillings.
So your life changed, eh?
Exactly. So that's when I started. For 2 months, I was in that caravan, going around the Mount Kenya region, campaigning for the current president.
Wait, for 2 months you're making 50,000 every day?
Exactly. So until the March, I remember the election was around March 4th. So my life, I think the first time I went to the accountant and I saw my money, I was like, I had to go to the teller, ask her whether that is my account. And they asked me for my ID, and it's for sure, it was my account. So now that's where my life changed. I was able to get out from the samosas, and I did not go any further. I actually used all the money to build my mom's house, because we were actually living at the same place. You say I said my mom was a cash laborer. So the money I had, I built my mom a house, and the money was gone. Every coin was gone. So the other option was to go back to the samosas. But I was happy because my mom had somewhere we can call home. But now God came after I had spent all my money.
I think God had come previously though.
I think now this time around he came himself.
He didn't send somebody else?
No. So because I got a call from a guy, he used to do properties. And he said, I saw you in that caravan of campaign. Can you be can you do a show in a TV? I said, yes, I can. And he called me to his office in Anniversary Towers, 23rd floor. And he said, this is my office. You can be a TV presenter. I've never seen a camera like the way I'm seeing it here. I've never been in an office like that one. And I said, I can do it. And he said, from today, know what we can do. And I started my own program there. They used to have a TV there, and then later on I changed the name to, because I could not speak English very well, I was not confident. I started speaking in vernacular. And the TV was there. And I became the production manager, actually. And after a few months, I got my green card.
What? Just like that?
Just
How
like
did
that.
you get your green card, Jeremy?
You know, I had applied for green card in 2013.
Oh, I see.
So 2014, the process goes on. And in 2015, everything was ready. Me and my wife.
Why, you were married then?
Yeah. I got married in 2011.
Oh, I see.
Yes. So 2012, 2013, I built my mom's house 2013. That was the campaign time. So in 2014, I win the green card. In 2015, I'm out of the country. Remember, my prayer 5 years ago, I didn't have anybody.
You want to be like those cows
exactly.
in the plane?
Yes.
Amazing.
Let me tell you, I never knew I was in the aeroplane until I landed in Heathrow.
What do you mean you never knew? You are not believing?
Not really believing. I've never been to an aeroplane, so I didn't even know how it looks like. So we know there is a tunnel that you go through. So when we went to Jomo Kenyatta and we had to go through the tunnel,
you thought that was the airplane?
I just went through the tunnel and I went to the aeroplane and we sat down. Where I sat down, I could just see the window. I thought we are in a hotel. Because the aeroplane, one good about the aeroplane, when it goes and goes, so it's just, you are relaxed, so you don't even know whether you're in an aeroplane. And I slept. So when we were landing, That's when I saw, no, this is not Kenya. This is not Kenya. So I realized we were actually in the airplane. So the next one from Heathrow to US, I had to keep my eyes open so that I can believe that I'm for real in that airplane. And I did have some challenges in the airplane, especially using the latrines.
Tell me about it.
I remember when we were going through Heathrow to US, I wanted to use the bathroom. But my wife had gone and she said, you go back there and you'll see it. So when I went there, I didn't know how to open the door. So there was a white guy there and I said, hey, please, can you help me to open the door? And he asked me, is it the first time? I said, yes. So he helped me. He was very kind. So getting in was easy, but coming out was like, my friend, milking an elephant sitting on a porcupine. My friend. It was not easy. Because when I went in...
You locked yourself inside.
I locked myself inside, but I was not able to know how to come out and also how to flush the toilet. I didn't know how to do it. So I was struggling 2 hours. I stayed there for almost 3 hours.
Stop it.
Because, hey, you have already used the bathroom, so you have to make sure it's clean. So I'm like looking for somewhere, until God did something. I think God was just, he felt like, hey, I've been here for so long. So I don't know where I touched. And then that pressure was like, that's when I screamed. And I said, oh, you got to open this door. I hit the door, you got to open. And then the crew was like, are you okay? I say, no, I'm not. Why? I say, there is a hole here. I say, this airplane will make us fall. There is a hole here. And they were like, open. I don't know how to open.
So your accent yako ikoje?
Si ni ile ni English ya hapa, what. So they're not even hearing what I'm saying. But I say, you have to open here because we are dying. Call the pilot.
Tell me now about you landing in the US. How was it? I want to know everything.
So when I landed to US, of course, you know, it's an exciting place. Definitely, totally different from what we see here. In Kenya, when you look around, you see dust everywhere. You see, you know, a lot of trash. But in US, when I landed, I actually went there around April. So the weather is very nice. Everything is green. So, man, I could not tell the difference of any place. I could not see an old car. Every car looks new to me. And my host was a very kind person to me. He is Pastor Nganga.
You didn't tell me who was your host,
My
Jeremy.
host was my pastor.
So when they arrange for you, tell someone out there who's listening and they don't know how it goes. When you're getting that green card, what happens?
You know, when you get then it was very easy because we had to look for just a host, somebody who can host you. I knew my pastor, by then I had knew one pastor. He was my pastor here in Kenya, but he used to reside in US. So I told him, hey, I want the green card, so can you give me an address? He said, yeah, sure. He gave me the address. So that's how I got to Alabama, because he used to live in Alabama. Remember, I knew nobody else apart from him. So even when he told me to wait until when he tells me when to go, I did not wait. I just told him I've paid my ticket and I'm coming. So he was okay, fine, come. So when I landed, he was very kind to pick me up. I have heard so many stories. People get to US, nobody to pick them up. You get stranded. My friend, even if you go with the 10 million in US and you don't have anybody else to guide you and show you the direction,
it's nothing.
It's nothing.
Now you are there and you are not alone, you are with your wife.
Yes, my prayer, I told God, I want to go with my wife. And that's what happened. And it was good. It was a good experience. So my first 1 year, it was very good. Yeah, but now, you know, everybody has to start looking for your own green pastures. When you get there, you stay to the host. Maybe I stayed there for 3 months. Some people stayed for 7 months. God was very gracious to me. I was able to get a first job with a Mercedes company. Actually, they used to be called Asahi Glass Company. You see all these watches you see, and cameras and stuff like that. Mercedes. Me, I used to be on the sides of Mercedes. That's where we used to construct from scratch. That's when I got my first job. And I worked there for 5 years. My first 5 years, I used to work there. And it was not easy. Because when you get to US, the first thing I was told, you don't quit job here. If you quit job, your history is... it becomes messed up, so you not get another job. So that was what my fear. Secondly, you can become homeless in US within a week. If you don't get payment, you get paychecks for 2 weeks, then you don't have money. So I was worried to lose my job. So
from 2015 to now,
2015, yeah. I started working 2015 to around 2019. Actually, those were 4 years. That's when when I went there, when I started to get my job, I bought my first camera. As I told you, I had started working with a TV here. and I bought my first camera. My wife was my cameraman, and we started doing some funny things. I didn't even know YouTube. So one day I did a small video, and I posted on YouTube, and I said I'm in Birmingham. Then one guy called me from Virginia and said, "Hey, you are in Birmingham and you have a TV?" I said, "Yes." "Can you advertise for me?" I said, "Yes." "How much?" I said, "I don't know. Just send me the advert, and then I'll know what to do." I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know how to do anything with the adverts, and I was actually worried because somebody told me you can't get easy money in US. So I told my wife, "Now you're gonna be like you are a customer to that company, and I will take you a video, and I'll use one of my friend who was a white person, and then we send the clip to that person." And that's what happened. When I sent the clip to that person, he said, "Yes, this is what I've been looking for." And he said, "My company, I want to advertise. How much?" I said, $1,000. He was like, "Send me the account." I made a very easy money the first time. $1,000, like, I remember I paid the white guy $25. So I was left with $975. So from then, the rest is history.
When you went to the US, did you ever think that that is what, will get you going, your media work?
No. I wanted to be like any other person in US. But
so what were you looking forward to do?
I was actually doing it when I went to US.
Yeah. What was on my mind? Nikifika huko naanza kufanya nini?
Maybe hata sikujua. But for me, when I talked to the host, he said, when you come here, there's a lot of stuff. You can drive trucks. So that was it. Drive trucks and make money. And but when I went there, I wanted to go back to school. I wanted to do accounts. But then when I got to job, it was so overwhelming. Working 16 hours in a day. Then you need some 2 hours to do your videos, 4 hours to sleep. I could not even think of anything else. I started doing my videos, and that's how then God started putting this passion so open for me. Like, I can do this. And people could start inviting me around the places in US, because I used to be an MC here. After being an MC for Uhuru, I became popular around here. So some people knew me in US. So when they have weddings, they invite me. I go in a weekend, I could take home $2,000 in a weekend. So it became so easy for me. I was like, if I can go in a weekend and make $2,000 and come back home, then why do I need a job? Yeah. So I can take this as a full-time job, do my videos, inspire people and stuff like that. And now people started calling me. They say, "Hey, we have this issue, help us, help us, help us, help us." And that's it. That's how I started this ministry. Yes.
Tell me now about Jobiako. You're going, how is the ministry going?
Now,
is it a church now? Because it's now become a major thing.
Yeah, it's not a church. It's not a church, and I don't think I'll be a pastor. But I would say, the action speaks louder. So for me, I've decided that we are going to stand in the gap. There before people used to go to the church to get help. Nowadays, not many churches are helping. Now people are concentrating on building schools, making wealth, and now they have forgotten the purpose of Jesus Christ, the love. So myself, I've decided to spread the love, not about the tribes, not about where you come from. If we do something that glorifies God, I'll be number one to be there.
Thank you. Your life, Jeremy, as a CEO.
Wow, as a CEO, I had people calling me CEO, especially in the US. But of course, when you're registering a company, you have to register your part in that company. It's so humbling being called a CEO first, but it also needs some commitment. You have to commit yourself. Because now when you have a company, you have to keep it running. Because if it fails, blame game yote itakuwa ni kwako. So for me, I would say it's not easy, as much as, especially in the US, everything is money. You have to pay for a lot of bills, but I thank God because right now we have been able to buy the building. We don't pay for it. My Kenyans living abroad were able to help me after seeing what we have done to the community, not only in US, here in Kenya, UK, all other places. They were able to support me, and we bought our own building.
Amazing, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Now, talking about you being the CEO, how is your day-to-day life in the US?
I wake up every morning, I have a show. I do a show in our radio station. That is from actually 9 a.m. up to 12 p.m. That's what I have to do every day. Then from actually 2 p.m. to around 5 p.m. I have to do my other works, office work. I'm ambassador of a few companies here in Kenya, so I have to do a lot of follow-ups and make sure we have the adverts running. Yes, that's all I do. Then after 5 p.m. then I go to my family. I have 2 beautiful girls. What
does your wife do as you work in the radio?
Right now she helps me. She is also a presenter. Like now I'm in Kenya, she does my shows.
Behind a successful man, there is a woman.
Exactly. That's the thing. My wife.
Wait, you told me you wanted to give birth to your children in the U.S. Was that accomplished?
Yes. I said I moved to U.S. in 2015. My firstborn was born in 2016.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And her name is Precious.
How many kids now?
I have 2. Maybe more coming soon. I don't know. I'm still
both
strong.
Girls? Both?
They are both girls right now.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. What would you tell other Kenyans who are still dreaming and thinking that perhaps things should open up for them?
Oh, I would say keep dreaming and believe in your dreams. If you don't believe in your dreams, nobody else will believe in you. They say the beauty of the dream is in the eyes of whoever dreams. So for you, if you know what you want to become, don't look at the situations today.
What about those people who think that going to diaspora or going abroad is, you know, the ultimate dream changer?
I would say we have homeless Kenyans in US as well and other countries. So you can go to US and also stay on the same level. So it depends on you. Going to diaspora is not everything. Some people are coming back. They go, they make some money, they want to stay here. So, you know, the beauty of everything is where you are. Make where you are America.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the good work you're doing in the US.
Yes.
For the good work that you do to, you know, both Kenyans, you know, regardless of wherever they are.
Thank you.
Yeah, we really appreciate.
We appreciate.
Yeah.
And I would also urge every Kenyan, wherever they are, we are all brothers keeper. Whether you are from Kisii, whether you are from Meru or wherever you are, we are all one. We are all one. We keep peace and we love each other. God is love.
Do you know we get to realize that we are one when we are in the US? It feels so nice when you're in the US and you're seeing your fellow Kenyan. Hata saa hiyo ulizangi, wewe unatoka wapi ama wewe ni lugha gani, whatever. Right. Yeah. And it feels so nice when you land in a foreign country na unakutana na ukisikia tu kajini na kauko kwenyu.
Yes.
You feel so nice. I don't know why things change when we get here.
It's all politics, the politicians. And now it's the time people should know that we are all brothers, regardless of which political side you are. We all need each other. And, you know, it's so nice when you help other Kenyans. You know, like, let me tell you something. When we are building here, we use brothers from Western, or maybe from Nyanza. They are very good, they know how to do tiles and stuff like that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
When you want somebody to milk your cow, we go for people from maybe Meru. They are very good in that. So when we are working here, we are all good. But when it comes to election, we start fighting. I don't think we don't do ourselves justice.
We don't.
We don't.
Talking about elections, are you voting?
Personally, yes. I registered as a voter in US, and I'll be voting.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your time, Jeremy.
Asante.
Yeah, I hope we meet again when I'm in the US.
Please do.
Soon.
Visit us.
Yeah. What a heart, what a spirit, and desire to impact lives. Unfortunately, that's all time could allow us to share today. Join us again next week and every Friday at 8 p.m. Kenyan time on KTN News for more stories of people living in diaspora. Do you have a story you'd like to share with us? Write to us through diasporalife@standardmedia.co.ke or DM us on our social media platforms at diaspora_life and at KTN News KE. You can also follow me at Pasil Telewa on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok for more behind-the-scenes stories. Wishing you a lovely evening as I hope to see you again next week, same time, same place. Bye-bye.
Sasa hiyo ilinipeleka chini.
Kutoka biashara.
Lakini vizuri walitoa hapo sababu hiyo ndio njia ifunguka.
Ebu ukirudi hapo, hao wase wakikuona sasa hivi.
I always go there. In fact, hata wale the landlord mwenye alikuwa ananifungia nyumba. Mimi nishaenda kwa bafu hivi.
Hebu niambie hiyo experience ya kamefugwa.
Nyumba imefungwa na niko na tabo. Napitaga hapo na wasalimia, nasimamisha gari na wasalimia, naambia how are you?